All right, what's going on, guys? This is Paul McMillan II, and welcome to another live New York session. And so once again, we're going to be trading on NAS100. So let's go ahead and check the news here. So as we can see at 8:30, we're going to be under a little bit of major news on the USD. I don't know if that's going to affect the indexes like NAS100 or US30, but we'll see. But it's 8:32 now. So we'll see. And the price is dropping a little bit, but I'm probably just going to wait until the 9:45 bell before I even get a real good trade. So what we're going to do is go ahead and mark up market structure and get started on that. So give me a second to go all the way back in price and see what price did in the past. All right, so this is as far back as price goes. So I'm going to start marking up institutional support and resistance. And as you know, the reason why I marked this up is, again, I try to mark up areas where in the past the institutions have gathered a lot of liquidity. Because these are the type of moves that I love to grab every single time in order to get the most consistent moves in the market. So I want to mark this up. So we're going to mark up my zones. We pause this recording, then we'll move on to the 30-minute time frame. All right, so now the 15-minute time frame is marked up. So now we're going to do a 30-minute time frame. Mark this up. So now we're going to mark up a 30-minute time frame here. So this is going to be the green here. Give me a second. Okay, so we're going to mark that up. There's a good mark up here. Down to here, and then down to here. All right, so now we got that marked up. So we're going to go on to the 1 hour time frame. This is where we last marked that up. I'm going to mark this. All right, now I'm going to mark up these zones. So let me pause real quick here. So now that we have marked that up, we're going to go to the 4 hour time frame. We're going to go all the way to current price. Looks like price dropped heavy because of the news. So what we're going to do is just move this down here. Price, well, it looks like that's what it's going to do on the 4 hour. So we'll just keep this red. So we're going to move back to the 15-minute time frame. And so the 4 hour is showing that price is going to drop eventually. So we're definitely bearish. So now that we're at 15-minute time frame, we're going to conclude that price is overall bearish. That's typically the next step, and that is figuring out what is the overall trend. When I look at the 4 hour, I saw that price was trending down, and we can see that on the RSI. So that's why I was going to draw a trend line here. And so we're going to say, we're going to do that. Then we're going to draw a breaking retest lines by locating the most recent high and the most recent low. So we see the most recent highs here. So I'll probably place my breaking retest for the buy up here. And then for the sell, it's going to go right here. And now that I've drawn that, I am going to turn this off, and then I want to turn on my institutional indicator so we can locate the imbalances in the market. So when we look at this here, imbalance gaps are basically a result of institutions doing doing strong buy or sell orders. So like when we look here, you see that they did a very strong sell here. And even though they made a lot of money on the sell, there was a lot of buy orders that got left open. That's what caused a lot of these imbalance gaps. So they could buy price back up to fill these imbalance gaps to make their money back, or they could simply just sell price down to this next imbalance gap that was caused from a previous move. So then my thought process is that I always set my risk to reward tools, so that way, if price goes either direction, then I'll catch that move. Because the goal is to actually trade when the banks trade. You don't want to trade against them. So whatever move they decide to go with, that's what you go with, because it's going to be the most profitable and consistent move. So I'm the type of person, when I'm trading NAS, I want to get at least 550 plus pips, 550 plus, points at NAS. So I want to make this take profit one, and then I'm expecting if it's going to drop for price to at least get this take profit and then maybe reverse at this mitigation zone. So that's going to be for my sell. Now, it's all the way over here. Now, if they decide to buy price up to fill all this imbalance, which is possible, very possible, then I'm going to catch that. So whatever break and retest line that they break, that's what I'm going to catch. So I want to get at least 550 pips worth of NAS, maybe up to this mitigation zone here, probably appropriate. And then the highest point I would think is maybe up to this mitigation zone. I can see them going all the way up to here. Down here, place this here. And that's what I would do. Now that I set that, so then my goal is to go ahead and set my alerts for my take profit zones. So let me go ahead and do that, and then we'll move on to the very next step. Be right back. All right, so I went on ahead and set my alarms. Well, alerts rather, same thing. So now what we're going to do is just turn on the Moines Indicator. And so as we can see, we are correct that price is looking bearish because we see that the EMAs are below the 50 EMA, price is below that. So when I use this EMA, whenever the yellow EMA crosses the red EMA, and whether it's below or above the 50 EMA, it's usually a sign of a very strong bullish or bearish engulfing candle or a very strong trend is forming. So we can kind of see that here. So I'm looking for a cross. And then if I get a clean break of retest and next candle closes below here, then I know we're selling to this next zone. And that's where I'll jump in, and vice versa. So that's why I use this EMA indicator as extra confirmation. Then of course we see that the New York session is officially open and open at 8 o'clock. So the very next thing I want to do is post up my rules here. So my rule of thumb is when I'm trading indices, I like to start looking for sniper entries at around the 9:45 bell, starting there, and then just wait for that sniper entry once the institutions are done faking people out. Sometimes it may take until 12 o'clock before price moves. Sometimes it moves right away. So we'll just wait and see. So 9:45 is where it's going to start looking. Of course, the 9:30 bell is when liquidity starts to set in. So we have about over 30 minutes before that happens. So we'll see. So I'm going to pause this recording and I'll be right back. All right, so we're about to approach the 9 o'clock candle. It looks like that. Looks like this candle might be closing below and selling some more. So we're probably in a very strong sell. So we got another 30 minutes before liquidity really sets in. So be right back. All right, so we got about 20 seconds left until we hit the 9:15 candle. So let's wait for that. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's see what the next candle does. So possibly still below the 50 EMA, but if this candle busts past the 50 EMA, you never know, we might want to start looking for buys, maybe. But we want to wait until the 9:30 bell. We got 15 minutes before that happens. So let's wait and see. All right, so we got about 15 minutes. Well, we have 10 seconds rather to the 9:30 bell. And this is where the fun begins. So the question is, which way is price going to go? But they're going to start knocking out these retail traders. So now we are at the 9:30 candle. Question is, what are they going to do? Now, I'm not going to start looking for sniper entries until the next candle, which is the 9:45 candle. But we're going to start faking people out. Do is 6, 5, 6. Yep, so they bouncing price back and forth. They're knocking everybody out. Not me. So what I'm going to do is pause this recording and wait till them to see what the next candle does. Then we'll figure out our sniper entry from there. So we got about 13 minutes before the next candle. Be right back. All right, guys. So look like price really dropped. I already made my money. It was dropping again. So while it's dropping, I want to show you guys what I profited, and then we want to share this main screen again. Give me a second. Man, it dropped already. Wasn't expecting to drop it that quick. I was waiting for that next candle, but when it kept on going, it was pushing that much. I said, well, I might as well do it then. But it was fluctuating back and forth like crazy.
Yeah, it was.
But I said, nah, it's probably gonna pull back and then go. So that was a $475 profit. Jumped in, jumped out. Now, here's a side note. Pulling all the way back again. Now, if I was to try to enter in again, then I will wait for the next candle to close below.
I'm looking on the 5-minute charts coming back to it would look like it came back to retrace that break of that support, and then like it's retesting it and rejecting. So it's wicking real bad. So we'll see.
Yeah. Let me pause this recording. All right, guys. So I made my money off of this short candle here. It's like price is reversing and buying up. So I'll probably go ahead and just end this recording because I made my money. But that's it, guys.